Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about
comic books, costumes,
facts, boots,
and other stuff.
In this week's issue, Dynamite Thor.
Welcome into Bros.
Gave you the side eye.
You did.
Yeah.
Welcome into Bros, Foes, and Heroes. I'm Zach, joined as always by the man wonder himself, Mr. Mike.
Hello.
I tried to start the podcast the first time, and I looked down and I looked up to make eye contact with Mike, who just side-eyed me while he was taking a
big one,
giant drink of his. What do you got there?
This is the Coke Zero in the Rogue Media cup.
Oh, nice.
I take these. You don't know a secret about the Rogue Media cups? I take them all home and wash them and bring them back. They're plastic cups, but I love this size.
No, I get it.
This is the only cup I'll use. I use these at home for tea. I use them here for whatever.
Yeah.
This is the only cup. It's this or my coffee cup. That's it. Those are the two cups.
All right. Well, then that's solid to have,
Yeah. I take them home and I wash them until the gold starts wearing off.
You know what? Mine are the ones that are bigger than that. It's the same plastic cups,
size,
but the next size up is the ones that I keep.
You know what? I like orange juice out of the smaller ones. Like they're only this big, right? They're half this size. I like just orange juice or apple juice or something. Those are my juice cups.
Okay.
Right?
Before we move on, does the size of the cup affect the taste of the juice?
According to my wife, no.
According to your palate, though.
I was referencing something else. No. I feel like you should only drink so much juice, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of sugar in juice and things like that. Even the natural stuff, there's a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I fill that cup up, that's my daily allotment of juice.
Okay.
Right?
I got it.
It levels out my sugars, all of that stuff, right? I mean, it starts the day the right way, right? It's like my rooster crow.
Sugar.
Start
your day the right way.
That's right. That's from the 1960s.
Today's episode brought to you by Big Sugar.
Domino. Remember when Domino made those little sugar cubes?
I know what you're talking. I don't know if I've ever seen them in person.
Domino
but
sugar. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Domino sugar is still a thing.
Did you ever eat those sugar cubes?
No.
You ever eaten a sugar cube?
No. Wanted to.
They're cool.
This is weird because I still remember this as a kid. Like you'd watch cartoons and like when they would do tea, they'd have the sugar cubes out.
They'd always put the sugar
and I
cubes
could understand
in.
like what it was, and I'd be like, a cube of straight sugar.
Well, it's amazing. It's like an allotment of sugar, right? Yeah. I mean, there's your I'll take 2 cubes. I mean, it's before. Well, they used to have the little packages of Sweet and Low, but then that was killing the mice. And so regular sugar was better for you.
Yeah.
So they were partitioned out into the little cubes, and I always felt like it was kind of cool because you could plop, plop, you get 2 cubes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I would just eat them.
Oh,
just eat a bunch of sugar.
That's the best way to do it.
Run around the house.
Now that we've talked about everybody's favorite pastime, cubed food.
Cubed food.
Oh, before we pass on, Mike, any other cubed food?
I'm trying to think of other cubed food.
There's the cheese cubes.
Oh yeah, cheese cubes.
Those are solid.
Yeah, that's a good party thing.
Is there? So right now, cubed food is 2 for $2.
Cubed ham.
I don't care for ham.
There's ham cubes.
I don't really care for ham. I've told you though.
Yeah, I think we've talked about your distaste for ham. You'll eat it, but you don't like it.
Yeah, but
your brother though, I think, is a big ham fan. Isn't that right? Don't you have a big ham fan?
I don't think I have a big ham. My wife told me after Thanksgiving this year that if it's good ham, she prefers ham over turkey.
Oh.
And I just kind of looked at her.
You just looked at her and said, "Who are you?
Who did I marry? Who is a stranger in our bedroom?"
Those are the kind of things you have to ask before you take those vows. Yeah.
That's things they don't tell you. Not do you want kids?
No,
what are your, what's your goals in life? Not those.
Ham, no ham.
Do you like ham or not?
Yeah. Ham over turkey.
Can pineapple go on pizza? These are things that you're going to have to have.
Are you a pineapple on pizza person?
I am a pineapple on pizza person.
I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
But I don't have a problem
with it. And it's not like it's.
Now, pineapple upside down cake. Oh, my God.
I love pineapple in general. But
I think it is the sugarest of all the fruits.
oh, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
it is the sweetest.
But that or maybe a banana. Which because I saw
screw bananas,
dude. The way that bananas work, though, it's like this is okay. We've gotten off on a tangent, but I got to finish this banana story now.
Yeah, sure.
I heard somewhere that
I gotta finish this banana story.
Like, if you're on Weight Watchers, you know how it's a point system and allotment.
Yeah.
If you eat a banana whole, it's only 1 point. If you like use the blender and blend the banana up, it's like 6-7 points.
What?
It's because of how much harder your body has to like. There's more sugars and stuff that it has to break down now when you break the banana. Dude. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds like some BS to me.
I don't know. I didn't feel
it's the same damn banana.
I would think so too.
I would think my body would have to work harder if I just swallow a whole damn banana.
I would think so, but I had somebody who's taking classes in that, like, explain to me, like, how it was, and I was like, okay, I didn't take these classes. I'll just listen to you.
I took Banana 101.
You did?
Yeah, sure.
No, I skipped it.
Sure.
We took had Apricot 101, Apricots 102.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't bring it back for 103.
I had I minored in mangoes.
Oh,
yeah,
nice. That's solid.
I freaking hate mangoes.
Oh, I love mango.
I can't stand a mango.
I love mango.
It smells like feet.
No, it doesn't. What? No. Maybe a papaya.
Actually, papaya's even worse. Yeah.
Do you just not like tropical fruit?
No, I'm not a big tropical fruit person.
I'm a massive tropical fruit person.
I like coconut and I like pineapple.
Love pineapple.
My wife made me a pineapple upside down cake for Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice.
The problem is nobody else eats it.
So it was
it molded.
Ooh.
Yeah, she had to throw out half the cake the other day. I mean, I was trying real hard
to eat the whole thing.
To eat the whole damn thing, but I just couldn't get there fast enough. Mother Nature took over.
Maybe next time.
Mm-hmm.
There's always
just make a smaller cake.
Or
that's all
too.
I'm saying. Just make a one
you'd
serving.
Have to cut it in half, I guess.
Yeah, but think about it. Like if you made a one serving like pineapple upside down, it'd be all crusty around the edges and it'd be crunchy and
you
sugars.
like this, don't you?
Yeah, baby. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're talking my language.
So before Mike drifts off into a food coma thinking about pineapple upside down cake, let's go ahead and get into today's
comic book. What do you know?
Comic book, yeah, on a comic book show.
All right, cool.
We're going to take it back to the golden age of comics. We've been in the silver age for a bit with our Batman, Superman, back-to-back two-parter.
Yeah, sure.
He's a witch. No, it's really just Superman being a turd.
I missed this, by the way. We were off for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was Thanksgiving.
we had a show still.
Yeah, but it was Thanksgiving.
So you guys didn't know that, but yeah.
Well, now you do.
Yeah, there you go. I hadn't seen Mike in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is...
It was nice for him not to have to see me. I heard it. Everybody here, too. It's okay. We'll just move on.
That and Cube Dam.
So I thought I'd take us back to the golden age.
Cool.
And we are going to focus on a character that you might know a little bit about. So, and I say that just in name only, I'm going to present Weird Comics, issue number 6.
Okay.
Is where our character for today's story begins his tale. This is from a Fox Feature Comics is produced Weird Comics, and then also Fox Features, and then also Blue Beetle. We've talked about Fox Features before because remember they had the Blue Beetle radio program that didn't air.
Yeah,
and he had the fake Cuba Cola ads for the fake soda.
I do remember that. Yeah,
there is one on
there's a Blue Beetle movie coming out.
Yeah, with George. Well, so Blue Beetle was a Fox Features thing, and then DC eventually bought.
Yeah, you told
Blue
me
Beetle.
about that.
So Blue Beetle is a DC title now.
Okay, gotcha.
But this is public domain stuff from the Fox Features days.
All right, cool.
But they had the radio show that didn't exist in the fake cola. On one of the Blue Beetle covers. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Somebody should tell that story.
It's hilarious. Well, like that's the thing is like nobody wanted to take him up on just buying it. He thought, oh, somebody will see. I know it's on one of these, and I just want to find just a show because it's hilarious to me. And if it's not on this last page, I'll just tell you. But it was an ad for you got like a free Cuba Cola.
All right.
It had there it is. See, free Cuba Cola.
Oh wow.
They even had ads
for the big drink.
Yeah, you could get a coupon for a free one.
A coupon.
But there is no cola to be had.
That's crazy. That is a great story, though. I would love to hear more about that story.
Maybe we'll do that. I'll try to dig up as much as I can.
I'd love to hear about the Cuba Cola story.
What we are going to get
this
into,
dude? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I want to know. What happened to him? Why'd he do it? All that.
So Weird Comics issue number 6.
Where is Bones buried? Things like that.
I will tell you that there's a name on the cover that might seem familiar to you. And what name would that be once
Thor.
it gets there? Okay.
Thor seems right. So we've got Voodoo Man, Typhoon, Thor, and Blast Bennett.
I'm pretty sure that's the Dart who we've covered before too. And Ace.
Yeah, there's Ace Barlow right there in the corner.
So we've covered.
Why is his name not down here?
I don't know.
Huh.
I guess he's the cover.
He's a Cuba Cola man.
Here's the thing. It's kind of misleading, and I do that on purpose because
a lot of comics are.
Yeah. Our comic is not Thor. You're probably thinking mythical
God of Thunder. Sure.
No, they did that version of Thor in issue 1 through 5. They decided to completely change it up and introduce this new character in issue number 6.
A different Thor.
Dynamite Thor.
Oh, sure. Sure.
Why let me explain to you, and I'll read
Dynamite Thor.
Just neat. Have you ever thought, I don't know, I went through puberty there for a minute. Have you ever thought about, hey, I'd like to just take whatever it is and just throw it at my problems and have my problems go away?
Absolutely.
If that thing you always wanted to throw was dynamite at people, then we have a story for you.
Great way to fish.
Yeah. So let me read our first introduction to Mr. Dynamite Thor, and you'll find out the reason why he's named Dynamite
Please
Thor.
don't call me that. My father was Mr. Dynamite Thor.
Blasting the rackets to atoms comes Dynamite Thor, the explosion man. In reality, he is Peter Thor, a wealthy mine owner. He uses his expert knowledge of high explosives to rid the world of organized crime.
So he just blows people up.
He just uses dynamite to, fight crime and stuff.
Old Peter Thor.
Old Peter Thor. Right? Here's what I find funny too, though, about all of this.
Yeah.
He's not wearing a mask.
No.
And his last name is Thor.
His last name is Thor. He's not wearing a mask. He wears a stupid red suit. He looks like the guy from Incredibles.
Yeah. So to
with
explain
an explosion
him,
on his chest.
has like a long sleeve.
It's the red thing.
Tight red top, and it has like a dynamite explosion kind of for the centerpiece.
But then he's just got like jeans on.
Then he has, no, they're not jeans.
Are they
it's
tight?
Like a singlet, like shorts.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He has a belt where he keeps dynamite around his belt and explosions.
So his
he has
ass
his
cheeks are just hanging out, and he's got dynamite around his belt.
Blue shorts. Yeah.
Great. Cool.
So Peter Thor, the first time we're introduced to Peter here, he's listening to the radio, and he hears that police have cornered a gang of racketeers in a county farmhouse. So it sounds like, hey, all right, police got, jobs done. We should be good. He takes this as, nope, never mind. This sounds like a job for me. Let me switch into my special suit, out of his clothes into his Dynamite Thor outfit.
What year is this?
1940.
Okay. And so we're to believe that news was fast enough in 1940 that it was taking place in real time on the radio.
Just wait, this issue.
Okay.
That's still there.
All right.
So, or maybe I think it's this first one. So
it took the cops a long time. They have him cornered.
He also heads over and tightrope walks on
the electrical
wires for some reason.
You can't do that. No, you'll die.
And he just knows where this house is, and he's like,
hey guys, don't tightrope walk on electrical wires.
No, that could be very bad. He goes, that's my target. That's what I'm here for. You know what? This small charge should stop the shooting to give me a chance to kind of, talk to the police. So he throws a small charge at the house.
So he throws dynamite at the house to get
the shooting to stop.
Sure.
The cop asks, who are you? And he just says, I'm Dynamite, an explosive expert. I came here to help you. I have a plan. And that's good enough for the
You're
cop.
under arrest, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. And he just goes, stop shooting while I get and get your men out of sight. And the cop says, okay, but we'll keep an eye on things. He's just been introduced to this cop. And it's like, hey, you guys don't do anything. I'm an explosives expert. Y'all just stop shooting, get out of here.
Hey,
the cop goes, all right, that's cool.
I know I just blew up a thing next to your feet, but stop shooting.
Well, then he says, it says Dynamite goes to work, and it shows him throw a stick of dynamite, and it says the roof is leaving town.
He goes to work.
And it says the roof is leaving town. That's not a catchphrase.
That is not.
He literally blows the roof off the house with this piece of dynamite, but the gangsters inside the house are confused, and they don't know what that noise is. And they think that it's dynamite.
Where'd the roof go?
Sounds like dynamite. And then, no, honestly,
It sounds
he
like
does.
dynamite.
Look at this. Look,
Look,
the roof.
The
It's
roof
gone.
is gone. Oh my goodness! Come on.
So Dynamite Thor blows the roof off of this little place.
God Almighty.
We're then led to. They try to get away in the getaway car, and
How
that leads
dumb
them
were kids?
into.
You know?
And that leads them to the cops. So Dynamite Thor's like, "Hey, you have all the gang. Well, all but a couple. But here's most of them. I got a date I got to go on." He says, "I've got to keep a date with Glinda."
Oh, Glinda.
So I would like to point out
the good witch.
Yeah. So he's already mentioned his girlfriend by name.
Yeah. Shows his face.
He shows his face and
Ass cheeks asunder.
and his last name is part of his superhero name.
Yeah.
So
Good going, guy.
he's,
Why even change?
I don't
Just
know.
bring your dynamite.
That's it. Just always have your dynamite belts
Yeah.
on. So Peter and Glinda are headed out to see a show, like
Look at Glinda.
and while
She's
they're
hot to trot.
getting ready and they're walking in to see the show,
Yeah.
there's a newspaper kid, what do you call
blows
it?
him up.
Newsboy. And it
Extra,
goes,
extra, boom.
extra, city gas tank in flames, extra,
come
extra.
on.
So
it's gone to the newspaper.
it's in flames.
Yeah.
And it's already gone to the newspaper. They've already written a story and published it. And this kid is now hawking newspapers
Yeah.
while the fire is still going on.
I would question the kid.
So,
He's my first suspect.
well, Peter walking by goes, Glinda says, "Hear that, Peter? That's another job for our fire department."
Oh.
She's just saying, she's just like, "Hey, they're keeping him busy."
Yeah.
Well, they get to the first intermission at the theater. So
they've let it burn
he's let it
for,
burn.
let's say, an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Excuse me, Glinda, I must make a phone call."
Excuse me, Glinda, I have diarrhea.
And then he goes, and it says he removes his tuxedo and unseen leaves the theater now for that fire.
I have explosive diarrhea.
There you
There
go.
it is. That's it.
Dynamite
That's
Thor.
what I was looking for. Yeah.
So he gets in a taxi
So
dressed up as a superhero now. He didn't ride.
Wow.
He did not ride in his tuxedo, and keep it.
People of color couldn't get a taxi at this time, but this dude in his underwear with an explosion on his chest, no problem.
Easily.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh,
What a world.
I was gonna say that's the picture of white privilege.
Yeah, it is, kinda, yeah.
In a weird way. So he hops in the taxi, and he tells.
Excuse me, I'll be needing this
And he tells the taxi driver, basically, "Hey, take me to that big fire uptown." And the taxi driver goes, "I can get there pronto, chief." It just takes.
I love this world because you talk about you could get anything you wanted in this world.
All you got to do is just tell people
Just
what you want.
Listen, I need all your money. Okay, well here you go. But I'm going to keep an eye on you.
Everybody, or I guess nobody, was assertive at all. That if you were assertive, people just gave you what you wanted.
Yeah.
So, do you want to
It's a
guess
good lesson
how
for
he
kids.
puts out this fire, Mike?
He explodes it.
He throws dynamite at it.
Yeah.
So their explanation is, "I'll see if this small charge will have any effect." Nope. Well, here goes for the blast. That should snuff the fire out for keeps. He just throws a stick of dynamite at it and explodes and the fire goes out.
That's the way they do it in forest fires.
Yeah.
They just throw sticks of dynamite at it until it goes
You've never
out.
seen Smokey the Bear's dynamite belt?
Yeah. Smokey the Boom Bear.
He then follows. Essentially, he hunts down. He sees there's a tunnel between the fire and the house earlier.
Huh?
And so there's
The house with no roof?
The house with no roof. There's a tunnel to where the fire was started in there. So he realizes
What
it's the
the
same people.
hell?
Finds the guy hiding out. Goes.
Well, had he taken care of business and not gone on that damn date,
Yeah,
he
well,
could have taken care of it already, and this
here's-
shit wouldn't have burned down.
Here's what I want to point out too, though, and I just noticed this part of it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So he leaves. It's nighttime outside. Right.
And then he gets there and it's
So
daytime.
he gets to the house. It looks daytime out there, right?
Mm-hmm. It
Okay.
does. Yeah.
Well, he finds the last of the racketeers from earlier
Mm-hmm.
who they hadn't caught. He catches them, takes them back to,
Wise
takes
guy.
one of the guys back to the cops,
Yeah.
and he throws them in. He takes them to the cops, and he says, "One of Dead John's gang, Captain. Hey, here's another one." And
Are
he's
we
like,
supposed to know who the hell Dead John is?
they said they called him Dead John's gang once
Oh,
before. It
okay.
wasn't important for us to know, but that's the
Okay.
name of
All
him
right,
here.
I got you. Sure.
And the cop's just like, "All right, there's one last, or the last one, I hope." And Dynamite tells him, no, not the last one. The man who is responsible for the gas tank fire is the last of that gang.
Okay.
So he's already putting all the pieces together. Yeah. And the cop's like, do you know
With zero information.
Yeah, and he's like,
putting it all together.
Do you know who he is then?
Yeah.
And
please help us, Dynamite Man.
And Dynamite Thor goes, this chap here will tell you, I must be going. I have a date. And then he goes to leave. A date.
This guy just, well, he's got that girl. So he's still at the play or whatever. She's just sitting there and going, boy, he must be sick.
It's a long phone call.
Mm-hmm.
And then.
Got to see a man about a horse.
Yeah. So as he goes out, he notices a similar car from earlier, throws dynamite at a water, those are water tanks, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At the city water tank, which falls on top of the car.
Sure.
He starts to drive away from. And he's like, hey, this weird, strange dressed guy's after me on a radio, and calls the big boss about it. Well, Dynamite hops on the back of the car. We've seen that before.
It's like a Rube Goldberg machine here that he's.
And he rides along on the back of the car. The bad guys shoot at him. They miss him. He falls off the car. But sure enough, how do you stop a car speeding away from you?
You throw dynamite at it.
You throw dynamite at it.
Yeah.
And the explosion kills one of the guys.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Now he's murdered someone.
But the main thug is still alive. And Dynamite Thor comes to him and goes, your pal is dead. And I'm taking you back to police headquarters. So he grabs him. It is fully daytime outside.
Yeah,
now,
it
right?
is. Yeah, sure.
He grabs him, takes
that poor
him back.
girl. She's been at the theater for like a whole day.
And they're like, Dynamite gives him to the cops and like, here's your real captain of the gang. And the captain goes, you're a respected man in this community. Why were you associating with Dead John's gang of hoodlums? Were you the head of that gang? And criminals all back in that day just feel like,
what? They just tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I might as well confess. I wanted to bankrupt that rival utility company. That's what.
Okay. Sure.
So that's what it's all about.
But what were they doing to bankrupt them? Burn things? Okay.
We don't get any story here, Mike. Also, if you wanted an origin story of Dynamite Thor, you're not getting it.
Oh, wow.
So the cops are like, hey, that fellow is Dynamite. I saw him put the fire out. And they're like, oh, somebody says there's a reward coming to you, Dynamite. And he's like, I can't, guys. I got to get going. And it says Dynamite Thor arrives at the theater phone booth where he dons his tuxedo. It's
just been hanging on a hook in the phone booth.
And then it says, back in time for the second act.
Jeez.
Why, Peter? You must have called up your sweetheart. And he says, no need. She's right here.
Oh, God.
So
Gross.
We're to believe in an hour.
Yeah.
He went uptown.
Well, can you imagine an intermission that lasts an hour?
Here's what I love. So, like this, it's a 10-page story, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3 pages are the morning of that day, or
Yeah.
Then we get ready for the date, and it's 1. All right, so the date is 1. He leaves on 1 page.
Yeah, it's definitely nighttime during the day.
3, 4, 5. He doesn't get back till the 6th page, and it's still just been an hour.
She's very nice.
She is.
Yeah. I hope they were able to continue that relationship.
Well, we'll go ahead and take a look to see if they were able to. And I'll give you a hint. Yes, but doesn't mean the poor girl didn't have other things she had to wait on. But we'll do that right after we hear a word from our sponsor. All right, and welcome back into Dynamite Thor.
Yeah.
And let's go ahead and take a look at his second appearance. Mike, I'm going to hopefully, we're not going to spend as much time on things.
His name's so electric. Like everything's written in lightning bolts.
Instead, we're going to focus on the things that he's able to do and what he's able to put out and do with his dynamite. Because we kind of know how the stories are all going to work out. I'll tell you, there was only 5 appearances of him. And
he blew himself up.
They all go very similar to this, right?
Yeah,
it's just him dealing with thugs, and he doesn't have any other powers. It's just dynamite.
Just chucking dynamite at things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our next story, it kind of starts the same way, right? We hear about spies that are a problem all across because it's 1940.
Was dynamite like a wonder cure in the 40s?
I don't know.
It was like, oh, well, we discovered dynamite. Now we can do anything.
Oh.
We are gods among men.
We do add something to his second appearance.
Okay.
I should read the intro to that so
Please
you can see what's different.
Yes.
Blasting the rackets to atoms comes Dynamite Thor, the Explosion Man.
Sure.
In reality, he is Peter Thor, a former mine owner.
Oh, he sold his mine.
In between issue 1 and 2,
okay. All right.
or appearance 1 and 2, he sold his mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Who uses his expert knowledge of high explosives to rid the world of crime.
I don't think he does.
That's
I think
the
he
same.
just chucks things.
Oh, just wait. Immune to the effect of explosives.
Wait, what?
Immune to the
You can't
effect
blow
of
him up?
explosives. He can propel himself through the air with dynamite.
Oh, no. Come on.
Fifth column spies menace American shipping, and that's where he gets in. So, what the spies are doing is they're blowing up and causing havoc at different like shipping bays throughout the U.S.
So now he can he can jump through the air with the like when he blows up dynamite.
Oh, I'll
Like
show you.
how do you do that?
We're about to get to it.
Like jam a stick in your butt or something
It
and
kind
light
of
it?
looks the way it kind of looks like he's
Farting?
yeah.
Yeah. That's what I figured. Yeah.
We'll get to it. So
There's no how else do you do it?
I don't know. Glenda tells Peter to turn on the radio again because that's how we're gonna get.
Glenda says you have to see a doctor.
Yeah, and it's like this program will be interrupted every time you just turn it on to let the latest news, and they talk about how the FBI announced that they're looking for spies, and there's been all these problems at different like shipping houses and warehouses and stuff like that.
Right.
So because
Spies love boats.
Dynamite just takes it upon himself that, hey, I'm going to go ahead and, stop all crime using dynamite. He goes after these German accented having spies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was the time.
Yeah.
Sure.
So as you can see right here, he's going after a plane.
Oh, yeah. Look at him go. Yeah.
And he's just like
jumps.
throwing.
Yeah.
So it looks like at one point in time, he just jumped up in the air and started just throwing charges. But I don't get like, you would think that you would, with the projection, you would constantly like going down because I'm not going to try to get science.
Well, you just have to keep exploding things behind you.
I would think you'd have to go up too.
And up. Yeah.
Like you would eventually run out. I think it only launch you like 4 feet at a time.
Well, how much dynamite
and
can
he's
you
in
carry?
open water.
He's in open water. He has no pants on. He's flying through the air. Why no pants and long sleeves? I've never understood that.
I don't know.
Yeah. Huh.
So.
Well, that's great. He sold his mine. He got powers to jump through the air.
Yep. And what he does in his second issue is he uses dynamite to blow up a plane. He uses it to
kill another person.
No, I don't think he kills anybody in that one. He somehow blows up the submarine, and the sub flounders helplessly on the surface. So it's like a fish, apparently. He threw dynamite at it.
Blow it up, it comes to the
blew
top.
Up, sure. It rose to the top.
Yeah, it just goes belly up.
Yep. Yeah. So he is going to take these evil spies.
It's a valuable lesson for kids.
It is. He's going to take these evil spies back to the cops. One of the henchmen that's there among these German spies is dressed up like a
old-timey sailor.
Yep. And he hits him on the back of a head with a wrench.
With a that's not even a wrench. That's what do we call that thing where you measure micrometers? And stuff?
It looks like a monkey. Like it's supposed to be.
I guess it is a monkey wrench. Yeah, at the time. Yeah, it looks more like a. What do you call those things?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it.
Oh man, come on.
Sorry.
Damn it.
It says
shoot myself through the air.
So after he gets hit in the back of the head, the captain there tells him to strap him in, and they move him to.
So he can't. Wait a minute. He's immune to dynamite explosions, but you can hit him on the back of the head with a wrench, and he goes right out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So they so they take off. Somehow the speedboat. Oh, the speedboat nears the helpless sub. That's it. Okay. So they send for a speedboat. Yeah. And they leave him on the sub to sink since it's going to go down, and they leave on the speedboat.
You know, the thing I've never understood about this kind of stuff is why don't they just kill him?
Yeah.
You know? No, instead, they want him to like drown or something to be real bad.
Well,
or
it's just for the story.
Yeah. So they can tell him how they're going to do everything.
Yeah, it's very James Bondy.
Yeah.
But he goes, he wakes up. He's like, my head, what is this?
I'll fix it with dynamite.
No, here, this is great. This is great because this is a kid's book.
Yeah.
left here to die like a I can't get it out. Like a superfluous kitten.
What? Come on.
No, that's what it says on there.
Oh, my head. What's this? Left here to die like a superfluous kitten. Well, I'll fix that. Yeah, okay.
So I have a hard time doing it now, and I'm almost 35. So.
Yeah. Superfluous.
You want to know how he gets out of being tied up?
What the hell does that even mean? Like extra kitten?
I guess.
Superfluous? Isn't that like an extra
I guess.
thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie and just bring it up. I could Google it.
No.
But then that
you don't want to do that.
Yeah, no. Then I'd be learning.
Then the Nazis have won when you do that.
Yeah. Don't look up things.
No, don't look up things.
Always
Nazis
just
win.
Yeah. So
just blow things up.
You want to know how he gets out of his chair?
I do. Does he blow things up?
It's a good thing I have a small charge of dynamite concealed in my belt. No, your whole belt is dynamite. And he goes, there's one hand free. So he just
he blew one hand free. Okay. All right.
Then he goes, now to get out of this rat trap. And he throws another stick of dynamite at the wall to blow a hole in the side of the sub to get out. And then he farts his way back to the bad guys. Because it looks even more
look at
so
that.
there.
Boy, he does. Yeah. Here he comes.
For some reason, they drew him in like a seated motion, kind of like arms out to the side.
Yeah. Arms akimbo.
Yeah, he's just like just a doll, just moving. Yeah. I don't even know how he's throwing them behind.
I don't understand. It doesn't really show him throwing them.
No, it just shows
just like poof, poof, poof.
Unless he just has them like dropping from his belt. I
don't think it's his belt, but sure.
Anyway, so he is able to get back, hunt the spies down,
fart his way to safety, and blow
hunt
people
them
up.
Down. Yeah.
Look at this.
That's what it all looks like. So he drops all the bad spies off at the FBI and then goes back home to Glinda.
Sure, Glinda's been waiting this whole time.
And Glinda says, Peter, did you hear about this wonderful dynamite person? He's a man after my own heart. And Peter just lights up a fat stogie and says, yes, quite a fellow.
And then,
she says,
whoops, it was a stick of dynamite.
Quite a fellow? Is that all? Well, I wish someone would introduce him to me. I'd like to meet that lad.
Oh, boy.
And Peter looks, they break the fourth wall in the 40s. Peter is looking out the page and goes, maybe you will, Glinda. Maybe you will. Doesn't he look like he's looking at the...
Yeah, he's winking at us. Yeah.
So...
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah. That's great. He's quite the guy.
Yeah, essentially just Dynamite Thor just blow things up with dynamite.
Here he comes.
So there is one. I'm trying to find.
I like this one where he's like, he's stiff as a board. He's like planking.
Yeah.
He's exploding through the air.
But I'm trying to see if he flies anymore.
There he is. It's just a big fart is all it is.
Oh, man.
This is crazy that you can throw dynamite at things.
So that's all of his stories. He switched over to the Blue Beetle. 6 through 8 is where he appears after that. And it's all very similar stories. We move on to like spies, stealing things, causing problems, killing people. And he feels the need that he's got to go and save everything via dynamite. So there's a lot of that. I'm trying to remember... Oh, they all just kind of blend together after a while. Oh.
Is this Blue Beetle?
No, Blue Beetle's not in here at all.
Who is
that's
this
the
guy?
flight captain.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the thing. He shoots this anti-gravity. Oh, here. Where is this
Wait,
at?
what?
Hold on.
Now he's got anti-gravity.
I remembered what I
things?
wanted to bring up on here. Okay. So, Dynamite Thor is chasing down our villain in this one in an airplane. And he hurls a charge at the fleeing bomber as in the plane. And he goes, this little pellet will do the trick.
Pellet.
One little pellet blows a bomber in half, right?
You got to hit it right.
Don't know what it was, but it is. The pilot parachutes down, and he says, meanwhile, his name's Groot, by the way. Groot. The pilot's name is Groot.
Okay.
So he hasn't become a tree yet. So... and he makes a safe landing, and he's like, what luck, right near my secret ray gun hiding place.
Ray gun.
So Groot,
I love that.
Groot, our villain, goes to his secret hiding place and has it has one of those metal doors where you type in your code and it falls down and out comes
the big that looks like
atom ray cannon.
It looks like a Tommy gun, like a giant oversized Tommy gun.
It's called an atom ray cannon, and he shoots Dynamite Thor with it. and the atom ray strikes Dynamite with terrific force.
Uh-oh.
And he goes, haha, blown to bits. That's the end of Dynamite. No, Dynamite just gets off and is like, woo, nearly got me that time.
Boy, oh boy.
Good thing I'm wearing my neutron shield. Have I said anything about neutron?
Magnum size neutron shield.
Doesn't come up again. But he has a neutron shield. So we found out there. He goes and just basically sabotages the gun.
It'd be different if he like had a scientist as a best friend or something. I'd love this panel right here with the naked legs.
Oh, his naked dude, the calves for days. He's wearing like the elf shoes,
yeah,
for
the
lack of better.
Shoes, sure.
Like
yeah.
they probably curl at the toe. We can't see, but they just right at the ankles where they stop.
But this one panel is literally just like from the top of his thigh down to his feet. And then there's other guys off in the distance yelling at him.
It's fun. It's the cops, because this brings up a strange part of this one, too.
Put your pants on.
So we've seen how he's dealt with the cops before already.
Yeah,
he just kind of comes up, tells them what to do, and they listen to him, right? Well, in this one, he shows up and
they get tired of his shenanigans?
Like somebody's spreading a rumor that Dynamite Thor is, I'm trying to figure where it's at. Oh, that somebody in a costume is killing people.
Okay.
So he like takes somebody or he goes to tell the cops, he's like, hey, like when the time is right, Groot, the bad guy, is intending to blow this place up to pieces. Oh, that's what it was. He goes to like the docks and he asks to speak with like the dock security that's there. And so they're like,
the dock security.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know what else, because I thought it was cops, but he's at the shipyard. So I don't know what kind of police presence is at a shipyard. Yeah. But he does show up to talk to them, and he's like, hey, our bad guy Groot, who you asked who was the other masked guy, is planning on blowing the shipyard up.
Look at my legs. I would never do this.
And I guess because he is wearing that airplane mask, people are saying that he's in a costume, so they only have word that a costume killer is killing people.
Okay.
So the one, while they're sitting there with his legs, I guess before that, one of them says, say, boss, let's get out of here. This guy's daffy when he's like telling him like he's going to blow this place up. And then the other cop says, yeah, maybe he's the guy who killed Gordon, which is they just know the killer was wearing a costume. And that's when they point at his free legs and they say, sure, he's wearing a strange uniform. Get him. So that's the tag, is he's wearing a strange uniform when you just see his legs.
Sure, he's wearing a strange uniform. Get him, and it's just his naked legs.
Doesn't it make it seem like he's naked and they're just gonna?
It does. Like he's
wearing a strange uniform. Get him.
Well, he's wearing his neutron suit.
Yeah. So he ends up saving the day. Dynamite.
I'm just saying, I've never seen a panel like that in all the comics. Just naked legs.
The headline of the Daily News, after he is able to, he sabotages the ray gun when the bad guys use it again. It explodes on them.
Well, everybody knows you can jam a ray gun.
Yeah. But the headline says, small charge of high explosive in breach of gun caused the blast. And here it says, police search for man known as Dynamite as government has voted him $10,000 reward.
Government has voted him.
So
that sounds like somebody whose English is their second language.
At night,
government has voted you.
At night, he stops them. By the next morning, the town government has gotten together and voted to give him 10 grand already.
Wait, give him 10 grand, or I took it as like it was a 10 grand bounty on his head.
Oh, I thought it has voted him 10,000 reward.
Is that what it says?
Well, she says, wonder who Dynamite is. And he goes, I wonder. Well, Peter, you can't become a hero, but you can take me to dinner. And he's like, okay, Glenda.
Oh, okay. So he's got 10K.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations, Dynamite Joe.
Yeah. He fights more spies to deal. I mean, like, it always looks like Toots now.
Yeah. Here he comes to save.
I'm trying to think, what else does he blow out of? He's trapped. He's trapped behind a steel door. He uses dynamite to get out of that.
Sure.
Oh, that's the thing is,
because I mean, that's the one thing you could blow up a lot of is doors.
He uses dynamite to blast out of a cave hole.
Cave hole.
Like he makes a hole.
Cave hole.
Cave hole. Don't say that too fast. He flies.
You cave hole.
He blows up a tank with one.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. You just
he blows up a submarine.
put a stick right in the cannon arm.
Yeah, he blows up another submarine and the escape pod.
He hates submarines.
He does. Glinda in that one says, "Oh, Peter, why aren't you like this chap Dynamite?" We're playing. Who was it that we?
There's a lot of that. Remember the kid that his sister thought he was sexy?
Oh, Tomboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that. But then there was also another one where it was that same thing. They played it up that whole time. But yeah, it was really a lot with Tomboy.
Yeah, that was creepy with Tomboy because it was like incestual.
Yeah, very much so.
But at least she didn't fart.
That's true. Well, and
Fart her way through
at
the
least
air.
it wasn't a horse that turned into a person
That's
that fell
true
in
too.
love.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Oh, Supergirl.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Then we come to our last story, which has more fighting and
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like how his head is all weird.
Oh, yeah, the art kind of changes a little bit for the
Art's
last
not
one.
good.
It switches a bit. The thing is funny that's here too. What I will tell you about, well, I'll wait till the end. I'll wrap up.
They don't write his name with lightning bolts anymore.
No,
either.
they don't. And red and green, don't know where the green came from. It's another just spy story, and he now has a T.
His boots got longer.
His boots got longer, and he now has a T on the explosion.
Why? Oh, for Thor, I guess.
For Thor.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. This one was the shortest out of all of them.
Glenda looks weird.
It was only 5. That's not Glenda. That's an evil German lady.
That's no Glenda. That's an evil German lady. Sure.
It's another one of those. It's very short. He breaks out with dynamite. He explodes things with dynamite.
Yeah.
And that's the end of that.
Well,
the thing is in this one, the very last one, though, is at least when he shows up late for dinner, Glenda this time's like, "Nice of you to remember we had a date, Peter." And he's like, yes, Glenda. I was unavoidably detained.
And that's it? That's the end?
That's it. They use the twice. Like, they love to do that when they were, like, trying to lie or come up with things. I want to find one more. I'm pretty sure it was in this one.
Wow, Glenda. Look at her face in that last panel.
Yeah, it does not look.
Oh, my gosh. She's plucked all of her eyebrows out, and she's drawn them on now.
Oh, yeah. So, what Fox... That's essentially Dynamite Thor. It was a lot of the same
Voodoo
thing.
Man?
I just collected the Dynamite Thor. That's usually what I do with these is to make it easier is I collect all the stories from them.
Understood.
It's like a collection.
Yeah. Very nice.
But what Fox Features would do, I think this is another little tidbit. I probably have touched on it before, but I'll add on to it with just talking about them in general. They would buy so there were shops at the time that just sold stories. Eisner had one, or there was an Eisner house, but they would so the artists would draw and write, and they would come up with these stories, and they would just sell them to the publishers then.
Gotcha.
So he's already buying just full, his books here, essentially. You look at that cover, you talk about Voodoo Man, Dynamite Thor, all of these.
So essentially, these are
he's
just freelance writers. That
and he's taking all 8 of those stories and putting them into one book and printing out that comic.
Gotcha.
And so that is how it worked with a lot of these at that time.
How do you spell bullseye?
Bulleye or Bullseye.
It's one word though, right?
Yeah.
This one, it says bull apostrophe S-I, like an actual bull's eye.
Oh,
that's weird, right?
That is weird. Yeah, I've never heard it like that.
I wonder if it started that way. Like it was an actual, you were referring to an actual bull's eye.
Probably. And then we just kind of change it over the years.
Well, that's weird. I don't know why people are poking bulls in the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, this chick is, she's not great looking.
No, she
has really changed.
So I guess I'll go ahead and tease.
The German lady's better looking.
She is in that one for sure.
Glinda looks like she would be a real, sorry for the phrase, but ball buster. She seems like, well, she puts up with his shit, though.
That's what I was about to say, right? Is he left her, well, apparently it was only,
left her at the theater
for an act, though.
12 minutes.
Yeah, for an act when it looked like, 3 days had gone by outside.
Yeah.
What I'm planning on doing.
Yes.
Moving forward, I've planned
out.
Love
this hunched back guy that he's fighting, though, with the monocle. That's wonderful.
I have it all planned out what I'm going to do moving forward.
Okay.
Obviously, we are in December right now with this, and if you'll notice, we did not do a Christmas episode. I have
still time.
I have 2 different kinds. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So we will have back-to-back Christmas specials in a way. I'm going to dub it, I guess, a naughty and a nice in a way.
Oh.
So I have
A naughty.
I have some super old, like 50s Frosty the Snowman comics. That are ridiculous. That we'll do for one of the episodes.
Yeah.
The other episode, we've talked about him before, but not a lot. Lobo has his own Christmas special.
I remember that. That was like in the 80s, right?
I think it's 91 when this one came out.
Yeah, so it's close.
Which I will tell you just a little of the premise of the story, just while you can see this one's in our naughty one. The Easter Bunny essentially hires Lobo to kill Santa.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's cool.
We'll have that one to get into. And then just a little of the classics to go in there with them. I have two small stories that weren't big enough for episodes of their own. I'll throw one with one and one with the other.
Yeah.
Some Batman holiday themeness.
Oh, neat.
So we got two holiday
Batman
specials
just says
coming
Christmas
up.
To me.
It does. And both of these are just funny to me.
Boy Wonder.
What if I told you he sang Christmas carols?
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I would watch that special.
And also, what if I told you that I'm going to save, I got to save some of it. So yeah.
All right.
Then after that, I got to figure out what I'm going to do the last week in December, because it'll be after Christmas. Find a nice way to close it out, and then we will open up the new year with I wanted to do like it's a fresh beginnings in a way.
Yeah.
So I want it to focus on origins of some of the heroes that you know, but I want it to be like the people that we know that you don't like. Has anybody ever sat there? The Batman that today.
Sure.
Is not the Batman how he originally started.
Really?
Like there's changes of things, of small things. It's but it's fun just to go back and read these early things, because everybody thinks like, oh, Batman doesn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, I've read the first 5 appearances of Batman, and in 4 out of 5 of those, he's killed somebody.
Wow.
He also just the things that's
there
just
was
strange
nothing
about these
to like even this one, like the dude's blowing people up and killing them.
Thing.
Yeah.
There is Batman like this that exists.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't doubt that.
And I thought about, covering some of the early ones like that. Then I also thought about we could cover, maybe I'll throw in a ridiculous one in there. But I think we'll look at just some weird, interesting, and just kind of maybe not so well-known origins for the month of January.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I also bought, I think I told you about this. Maybe I didn't. I went to Bankston's the other day, and I bought, they've done reprinted.
Bankston's is a local comic shop.
I guess I should say that. I guess I should say I went to my local.
Well, it's fine. Bankston's is a comic book store. Sure.
But DC is reprinting Superman 1.
Oh.
I guess for whatever anniversary it is.
I think I saw something on that. The Action Comics one. Yeah.
So it cost me, no, like Superman 1.
Oh, Superman 1.
So what it has is like the first 4 stories that he's in by himself from Action. And then the last is a more full-length story from Superman 1.
Oh, okay.
So like I'll read over that for one of the ones we do too and stuff. But it's just really cool.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
it doesn't have all the ads in it, but DC reprinted at least the inside ad.
That's awesome.
For it. And they have the pages like in through that are like the fold like this. They're like the Superman fan club stuff and thing.
Yeah,
so that was kind of cool. So there's a lot of cool ways we can go with it. And though we'll make sure to still be just as ridiculous along the way there too.
I love it.
So Dynamite Thor, Mike.
Dynamite Thor, he'll fart on you and then blow you up.
There's no better way to sum up Dynamite Thor than that.
Glenda.
If you want to, you can find us on Instagram, BroFoHero. Email us, brosfoesandheroes@gmail.com. Also on Twitter @brosfoesandheroes. Also make sure to check out roguemedianetwork.com.
roguemedianetwork.com.
A great family of podcasts there. Make sure to go check out. Find your other favorite show there too, because we know, I'm not going to presume that we're yours, but still, you can maybe find another one that you can, like and listen to. As always, we appreciate you guys taking the time out to listen to us. And until next time, stay safe, everybody.
Golly Con! Pros and heroes. Gonna tell you about pros and heroes. Gonna tell you about
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.